Man, I've had enough of this George Pickens guy. Last night, that was probably the worst performance I've ever seen by a receiver. He had 6 targets, 3 drops, 1 catch for 0 yards, and then he had a chance to help seal the game, help get them in field goal position to win the game. And what does he do? Runs the worst route. Russell Wilson throws it to the spot he's supposed to be. And of course, like always, he's cutting his route inside, and he doesn't run to there. And then what does he try to do after the game? He tries to fight the fans because it's the fans' fault. Stop paying these guys millions of dollars to act like this, to act like little children. This is what happens when you give millions of dollars to sports players that don't deserve it. He's had one good season. One. This year, he's been very inconsistent. He only has 2 100-yard games. He's not a top 10 receiver. He's not an elite receiver. If you look at his stats, he's middle of the pack. He's not elite. All these people that think he's elite, they're just Steeler fans, or they're just delusional, or they're Georgia Bulldog fans. But even at Georgia, he was good, but he was a problem. He's always been a problem. He's a crash out. He thinks that he's going to be like AB and can just act however he wants and do whatever he wants. We see how that worked out for his buddy Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson's out the league now. And that's where George Pickens will be next. Soon, George Pickens will be out the league. And I'll be happy because I'm tired of these guys getting millions and millions of dollars and then going out and whining or acting stupid. Everyone else who's making minimum wage or making $15 an hour, $13 an hour, $12 an hour, they have to work hard for their money. They have to actually do stuff for their money instead of playing a game. This guy goes out and he has 1 catch, 3 drops on 6 targets, and then all he does is complain. He didn't even do his job. But what is he going to get paid tonight? Oh, like $500,000 for this game? It's just ridiculous. And then the Steelers, y'all need to release him. He's a cancer to the locker room. And when you have a quarterback like Russell Wilson's a nice guy. Of course, he defended him after the game and said he believed in him. But we know Russell Wilson's not the type of guy that will stand up to a George Pickens. He's not a type of guy that's going to be confrontational. He's not like Brady, where Brady's going to get in his face and all that. That's not about to happen. What up, guys? Bias Sports. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But back to cooking Pickens. Yeah, this guy's just not that good. All you hear is, oh, he's going to be so great. When? We've seen 3 years now. We saw one decent season where he had over 1,000 yards. And you know what's funny? Is this guy has 10 career touchdowns, right? And he only has 4 this year. And in Jamar Chase's last 9 games, he has 9 touchdowns. Oh, I thought you're elite, George Pickens. No, you're just another fake receiver diva that's acting all silly. You know what's funny is that hundreds of receivers come out of college each year and can replace you. They can come and catch the ball. They can come and produce. It just really most of the time depends on the scheme and the opportunity. Receivers are like running backs, dime a dozen. The only position that's hard to replace is left tackle, quarterback. But receiver, mostly the skill positions, receiver, running back, are so easy to replace. Steelers, stop letting this guy hold you hostage. He's not even good. Why are you letting him act like this? What is wrong with Mike Tomlin? I know Mike Tomlin's won, 17 straight years or whatever. But why does he keep finding talented receivers in the draft, but that have a lot of character issues, a lot of problems, and he just lets them ruin the locker room? I know he won 1 championship a million years ago, but to me, that's alarming. That's on Mike Tomlin. When you keep letting these guys act however, and we saw what AB did to him. He was all friendly and nice to AB, and AB, burnt that bridge. But, AB's a hard situation to go after because he did that with everybody, even Tom Brady. After Tom Brady let him stay in his house, But this guy, George Pickens, he's on his way to trying to be like AB. But one thing he doesn't have that AB has is talent. He's not 1/1000th the receiver AB was. AB was, for those years with the Steelers, he was the best receiver in the league by far, winning Triple Crowns, being an All-Pro. Even when AB went to the Bucks and the Patriots, he still was the best receiver. He was just in so much trouble and going so crazy off the field that, it was hard to get him right for on the field. But when he was on the field, he still was amazing and still produced. I've never seen George Pickens at that level. So why are we letting him act like he's that type of receiver, or he's like a TO where you can deal with problems in the locker room or you can deal with that stuff. He's not on that level. So stop it. Just release him now before the playoffs. Yeah, I know it will make things a little weird, but are you really telling me that they're going to go into the playoffs with this guy on the team acting the way he's acting and that'll be okay? All the media is going to ask you about what happened last night. Why didn't he catch? They already asked Russell Wilson. He already defended him. But now they're going to ask, why was he trying to fight fans? Why is he always having all these crash out moments, all these moments where he's, you know, he's going off on people or he's trying to fight people? If you have anger issues like that, go get some therapy. But the only other place you would be, besides the NFL with all these anger issues, with all this trying to fight all the time, is jail. So it's like, it's funny when these guys they don't get to play a sport no more. You know, they're one, main talent. And then we see the true character of the guy, or when it's not going well, we see the true character of the guy. He just wants to lash out and fight everybody. What the heck? Can you do that at your job? I can't do that at my job. I would get fired. If I tried to fight the customers at my job, you know what happened to me? I would be fired. They wouldn't say, oh, well, George just had a bad game and he was frustrated. No, they would say, George, you tried to fight the customers. You're fired. And the fans are the customers. And you're there telling them to come down and fight you and all this. Ridiculous. Take some responsibility and say, hey, I had a horrible game. Hey, I'm a bad teammate. I'm always causing drama. I'm always trying to fight people. I'm always upset over the smallest things. I want more passes and targets. I demand that and get upset when I don't get it. And then I come out here with 6 targets and have 3 drops and 1 catch for 0 yards. Like, come on, dude. Get real. It's just ridiculous that we allow these guys to be such divas and we allow them to get paid so much when we have doctors and lawyers and military people getting paid barely nothing compared to these guys. And this is how these guys act. And this is how these guys take advantage of a situation like this, by just being utterly ridiculous. That game last night was ridiculous. His effort on the field was ridiculous. His play was ridiculous. If you're not good at your job, then you need to get fired. You need to get released. And hopefully that's what the Steelers will do. The Steelers will be smart and not end up with another bad receiver. Y'all already had the whole Deontay Johnson situation. Y'all traded him, and then we see how he acted. What is up with y'all drafting these terrible, terrible receivers? Y'all even had TikTok boy. Where's TikTok boy at? Juju. Gone. Because we saw without AB, he really wasn't all that. Like AB said, he was a number 2. He should have never won that MVP with the team. And now you got a guy with even less production than Juju, Mr. Crash Out George Pickens, and he's demanding more passes, and he's only had 1,000-yard season, and he only has 9 or 10 career touchdowns? Come on. Get real. There's so many better receivers than you. It's just like, they got to put a stop to this. And if y'all want to make a playoff run, the Steelers, you have to release him. And you got to go find, you could find some veteran receivers, or you could just go with your young guys. But there's no way you can tell me that this guy in the locker room is going to be good for the team going into the playoffs. I just don't see it. And we have to learn from the past, from our mistakes with AB or some of these other receivers that the Steelers have had, Deontay Johnson, and let this guy go now. Don't let him be in the playoffs. You have a good team. Don't waste that by having a guy there that's making everyone uncomfortable and wanting to fight fans and making everything about him. You don't need that in the locker room at all. But all right, guys, let me know what you think. Should the Steelers release Deontay Johnson? Not Deontay Johnson. George Pickens, let me know. All right, I'm out.